I'm going to tell you a story about a part of my day that was not favorable. And while I do so, I'm going to browse through Netflix, so that's why I'm looking up and away while I'm talking. Okay, so I'm working on this project for my classes, and I'm doing a documentary, and I needed to interview somebody today during sixth period. And I realized when I got to school that I had forgotten my camera. And I was like, oh crap. And lunch came, and I didn't have a ride home because I was going to go pick up my camera at lunch. Yeah. And anyway, so then I didn't have a ride. So at lunch I decided, screw it. I'm just going to run home, which is... It's not too far from school, but it's pretty far. It's like a 20-minute walk. So I ran home, I grabbed my camera, I changed my shirt because it was really, really hot when I was running, and that made it really miserable. It was not a fun experience. And then I ran back in the heat. Somehow I made it to class on time. It was amazing. I don't know how I did it. But it was torture. It was really hot, and I did a lot of running. But I had my camera, so I was like, okay, it was worth it. Because this project is due on Tuesday, and I need to get my interviews done. And, Kyle and I need to get our interviews done. That's the other thing, is that this is not just my project. Somebody else is... Anyway, is depending on this. Anyway, so then, sixth period comes, we go to the guy's classroom, setting up a tripod and everything, making small talk and stuff. And then, I turn on the camera, and it dies on me. And I go, I'm so sorry for wasting your time, but my battery is dead? I could have sworn it was fully charged. I'm sorry, I'm a stupid dingus. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I guess we're not doing this today. So then, he goes, you weren't ready, blah, blah, and then, but yeah, he was cool about it other than that, and, no, he was cool about it, he just said you weren't ready, and I was like, oh, but I thought I was, I'm such a dingus, and then he left, and I left, and then a couple hours later, I open my camera bag, and I find a battery, not the same battery, a different one, and I realized I mixed up the batteries. That's it. I had a fully charged battery. So I did all that running, and then it turned out that it was for nothing, but then it turned out that it wasn't for nothing. At least I got some exercise. That's the upside. On the downside, I don't give a shit about exercise. Actually, no, the downside of this is that Mac, what are you doing? The downside of this is pretty obvious, that I didn't get my project thingy done. So that was a dumb thing that happened. That's my story. I'm a big fat dingus. The end. I'm gonna cure my wounds with some Netflix now. Bye, Internet.